moved.
Okay, there you go.
All right, let's do it. Township. We lived there 23 years and we moved to Sonic Village. But when you lived in Sonic Village for 23 years, we voted in Sonic Village. We moved in Sonic Village where we moved to.
How did it feel?
It felt pretty good. I'll like a president passed, I'll just Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's meeting. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now the four-way test. First,
Is it true?
second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third,
Will build goodwill and better friendships?
and fourth.
Will be beneficial to all concerned?
Okay, Don Grabowski is going to give us our invocation today.
So I came upon this writing, this saying that reminded me of every person in this room. And here it goes. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. Truly what a Rotarian is. In the spirit of prayer, please join me. Thank you for our club, people who are of like mind, to be a part of change both locally and globally. We are honored to be able to give back as we consider it a joy to see needs met and take part in the change that we want to see. We're thankful that we are united in purpose and grateful for the food we're and have been enjoying and the friendship that surrounds us. In your name, amen.
Okay. I don't see any guests other than our speaker. So I think we're okay there. Coming up, Friday speakers in the future on July 28th, Ann Weiler will do her member intro for us. On August 4th, Dana Sedano, Kisses for EB. And on August 11th, Mandy Richardson from the Clare House. And then our Monday speakers, July 24th, Mike Reynolds from Lancaster Barnstormers. July 31st is Susan Dorsack from UPMC. And August 7th will be Andy Batcher, Friends in Action. So those are the speakers coming up. We do have a board meeting coming up on August 8th at the Chamber office, and all members are welcome to attend. Upcoming service events, July 29th is the Cornerstone Painting. Is there anybody here who's signed up for that, who knows where that's?
I think that's full.
Is that full?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to double check. August 26th, we will have Whittle Farm. I'm sure that's a harvesting of vegetables event. That's available for sign up. And August 30th, we have another Central PA food bank. If you haven't ever participated in that, I would suggest you do it. It is a blast. And then we have upcoming the Family of Rotary, September 9th, mini golf tournament. And I think the sign up is on the website. I don't know if anybody can confirm that for me. I don't see Sean here. There's one other event that I need to bring to your attention. Please consider joining the District 7390 Rotary Youth Exchange on Sunday, August 13th from 3 to 5 at the Central Penn College to welcome back the Youth Exchange students from their year abroad. And each student will present some details from their exchange. All Rotarians are invited to attend. It's a great opportunity to hear from the students and hear their experiences and see how they're developing as future leaders. Registration is required. It's a $10 admission fee to cover food and beverage. And to register for that, you can go to the District 7390 website and go to the events section. And there's a spot there to register for that. Yes, Deb?
The mini golf is online.
It is online?
Yep,
Thank
can
you.
register on there.
All right. Any other announcements that didn't make it to President Clark and then via him to other people standing in for him? Okay. Change jars are on the table. Put your change in for the Doug Fout Scholarship. And Jeff, 50-50 please.
250.
Did
stars. 47 cards. 76, 47. Missed it. Oh, yeah. You.
684.
Close. Okay.
Someone before.
684.
There we go.
We've watched it.
How many cards?
47 cards. Let me make sure it's in there. I don't know. Better luck next time.
All right, rolls over for another week. Kevin, could you stand in for Sheriff Bart, please?
Sure. All right. So, we got any happy dollars? I got a happy dollar. Go ahead, Dennis.
All right, I've got two happy dollars. One, I've got three younger brothers. And we were excited to find out last week that we have a half brother. So now I have four younger brothers to have fun with.
Maybe that's 3.5.
The other happy dollar is that I signed a sales agreement on my building yesterday.
All right, my happy dollar is Women's World Cup. USA plays tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Mine, lots of activity last week with my niece getting married on Saturday. I'm glad it's over. My Asian visitors are at the beach right now. The house is quiet. And I have to scoot today.
Scooter dollar. Any other happy dollars? All right, well, I'm gonna keep this short, because I'm not gonna find anyone. I'm in a generous mood today.
That's great, thank you.
But we do have, well, we have a couple birthdays, but nobody's here. Walt Heise's on the list. I don't know that we got Dustin. Does anybody have a birthday that they'd like to sing to? Well, we will forego the birthday, so.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you, Kevin. Okay. Dennis Zubler, could you introduce our speaker, please?
Yes, I'm very happy to introduce Teresa St. Angelo, who is currently director of Winter's Heritage House Museum and Cyber Genealogy Research Library. She holds a BA from Rutgers University with a major in history and a minor in education, and a Master of Science degree with a concentration in special education. Teresa's professional career has included teaching kindergarten, English as a second language to adults, and a lab instructor in preschool education at Rutgers University. She was appointed as teacher in residence with the Library of Congress Educational Outreach Department in Washington, D.C., and received a Governor's Teacher of the Year Award with the Englishtown, New Jersey School District. In addition to teaching, Teresa was a program developer and presenter with Ocean County College Nobbins Planetarium, where she received a recognition award for children's programs from Nassau. She was chair of the Family Involvement Program for New Jersey Educational Association, and she worked part-time with the Effort Public Library Program Department, developing a variety of programs for ages 3 to 14. Teresa loves spending time with family, playing pinochle and cooking, but her passion is for teaching, preserving history, and being part of the Winters Heritage House Museum staff and the Elizabethtown community. So please welcome Teresa.
Thank you very much. If you can't hear me, I'll go behind the mic, but if you're okay, I'm gonna be walking around too. So that was pretty long, and so I'm pretty old. Anyway, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. And I'm also thrilled to be the director at Winters Heritage House Museum. So I know there are some people here that know about the Winters Heritage House Museum, but I'm gonna enlighten you to a few new things, I hope. And I see somebody who even visited us during our women's exhibit, so I'm happy to see you here. And then, of course, we have our treasurer, whom you all probably know and love and respect, as we all do at Winters, Bob Hollinger. So I'm very happy to be a part of this. One of the things, you chose an image, and this is what the Library of Congress does when they have their seminars with teachers. They put out an array of pictures that they house at the Library of Congress. So I thought, let's do that. Let's put out pictures that we house at the Cyber Genealogy Library. And that gives you an idea of some of the things that we have. But the other thing is, we get to know a little bit about you, about the image that you picked. So if anybody, I'm just going to ask if anybody in 7 words, I'll let you do 7 words or less, wants to tell why they chose the image they did, you can say, me. Would anybody like to share why they, yes?
So I chose this one. I think, can you confirm that's down in, by the river?
You know, now, yes, I can, based on my experience, but,
But I chose this just because it had the Coca-Cola sign, which I think is neat. And I like architecture. I like the fact that it has the observation deck on the roof. And just the signage, and it's a little different. So that's why I chose it.
very good. Anybody else? Yes.
I chose this corner in Elizabethtown in the square because that is where the bathroom that was underground was located, and which I used when I was growing up.
Yes.
I chose this about the farmland and the bright red car.
I was looking for cars, but we are a staff of 3, and so we're very busy because we're a staff of 3. So I did kind of give it off to another staff member to finish up choosing the pictures for the presentation today. Anybody else? Yes.
This is the 1985 E-Town Girls Field Hockey Team, and I chose them because I was 1983, so I know a number of these people on this.
And is the year on that, or did you just know the year?
I could just tell these are all seniors, so this is a senior picture. And they were 2 years behind me, so they would have been 1985.
Wow, great. That's great. Yes.
I chose the schoolhouse because I'm interested in old schoolhouses, particularly in West Donegal Township, since our original township building was the old Union School on West Ridge Road.
Which I went to school there.
You went to that school?
In 5th grade, after our school burned down in Reams, we had to do our 5th grade.
Is that the Union School, or is that something different?
That looks like it.
That's more than 7 minutes.
I
I chose this picture of the railroad because every railroad has a story.
like that. Yes.
I chose this ball team. I played ball when I was younger, but you look at the face of each of these and you know each one has a story. And some of them look like, you know, they're a team player, and then others look like they're a hot shot and all the glory, but just knowing that they've all probably passed by now.
That's interesting. I was thinking that same thing last night when I was looking at that picture, exactly how you described it. Yeah, looking at their face, that's funny. Yeah. And yes.
I chose this one just because of the aerial, you know, the fireworks, spectacular fireworks, and just, you know, learn a little bit more maybe about.
I was waiting to see who chose that. That's from the Elizabethtown Fair, the fireworks at the Elizabethtown Fair. Anyone else want to share? Yes. Oh.
Well, this one just kind of stimulated some thinking on my part. There's a couple of names there, Dissinger and Garmin, and they're talking about blacksmith and repair work. I don't know if there's a connection between H.H. Garmin and Bud Garmin, who had the welding shop. but maybe you'll end up telling us whether there's a connection there. Bud Garman was very active in our community back in the 40s and 50s. And as a matter of fact, the big red baler for Christmas trees, I had designed 4 of them and had Bud Garman build 4 of them. And the largest one I donated to Rotary. And we still use it today. But that was by Bud Garman. There might not be a connection, but there might be. The other thing is, my grandfather, Harry Hamilton, was one of the owners, and he was the superintendent of boot manufacturing. And so it almost looks like they made a whole assortment of farm type things. But for example, they really were world known because of the wheelbarrows.
Right.
Wheelbarrows. But they also made watering troughs. I have a couple of those. So this picture, although it's not specific, reminded me
That's
of.
what it,
Yeah.
that's great, that's what interested you the most. Yeah, very good. Anybody else? Yes.
It just points out that you can have a featured speaker on this club come to your program and make a presentation.
Exactly. I like that. So I'm gonna back up a little bit to go back to my biography. I was born in Scranton. My family is from Bethlehem and Allentown, Pennsylvania. Many of my relatives worked at Bethlehem Steel Mill, and then my cousins lost their jobs when the steel mill closed down. My father moved us to New Jersey, so I went to Rutgers University, got married, lived in New Jersey, taught in New Jersey, and then my sister, we came to Pennsylvania a lot. We had some relatives in this area too. My sister decided, it was time to retire, and we wanted to go back to Pennsylvania. And I thought, well, I'll retire a couple of years early. So my husband and I bit the bullet, and we lived next door to each other up in Stony Brook. And so I know members here know more about Elizabethtown history than me. And I'm here too to also tell you and to plug our genealogy librarian, Jeff Myers. So if you want to learn more about your picture, and I've been doing a lot of reading, and I just love the history of this town and the stores and the buildings and the manufacturing. But come on down to Winter's Heritage House and meet with Jeff, and then he can tell you more. And probably Bob can, and probably you guys can all tell each other more than I know. So now what I want you to do is take your paper clip off, and then take out the first image in the folder. And does anybody recognize that image?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to tell us what it is?
Oh, this is Rexall Drugs.
Okay.
Should be right across the street.
And who was the pharmacist at Rexall Drugs?
Winners.
Okay.
Who was a member of our club.
Some good stories there too.
So so I hear, I have to meet with some of you guys, hear these stories. So Esther Winters was the pharmacist. Now, I do hear a lot of history from different people, and I've read different histories too. So please, if I say anything that's not accurate, I by no means will be insulted if you tell me that's not right. Because I will tell you, I'm sure you know the story that goes around town that we have her dogs, Esther Winters' dogs. And well, they say they're her real dogs, but they're hollow inside, and I don't. Did she have? I said, did anybody ask? Did she have 2 dogs?
In the window.
But yeah, were they running around before? But she had so we have a collie and we have a shaggy dog. But she used to go to New York City with the owner of before it was Knock Knock Boutique. She used to go to New York City with on trips, and so we believe these are show props because we house her things in the basement of the Coble house, We also have things on display, but we have a rocking horse about this big. We have a zodiac, hanging thing, I don't even know, it looks like it was in a play on Broadway, that's huge, it's gotta be like 10 feet by 5 feet, and we've got so much of her thing. Why do we have her things? Because of her generosity. So her and her husband, I understand, were very, gave a lot of money to many different people in the community. And she did buy the German log cabin. And Bob, is that right, that she purchased the German log cabin? Because I've also heard she purchased the Coble house for us.
Yes, she did. She moved down by the Kenai Creek. There was a structure that was moved over to High Street, and Esther refurbished that.
So, okay, so if you haven't been in the Winters Heritage House, we are an original 1760s log cabin, which was 2 rooms, okay? And then it was built by the Scots-Irish. Then the German log cabin, let me go back, the 1760s log cabin was originally located on Market Street, and they moved it to the location now in 1790. There's a German log cabin as well that was also built in the 1760s and was also moved because it was cheaper back then to move the cabin than to build a new one. So that's butted up against the Scots-Irish cabin. And then so when you come in, we also have on display so you can see the difference between the Scots-Irish, how they built, and the German cabin, how that was built. And I'll leave it to your own discretion which one you feel is the better builder. No. But anyway, so that's why we're named Winters Heritage House, due to Esther Winters was a volunteer there, and she loved the place so much, and based on, you know, what she purchased for the Heritage House. And that's my understanding of how Winters came to be into Winters Heritage House. And as I said, we have her stuff housed in the Coble house next door. They had no children. They were married. I hear a lot of stories about, shall I say, her
These people would not have been welcome.
Yes. So you know, okay, her jealousy, right? And so those dogs, I've been told, they were put in the window to scare a couple of women from coming in. So I don't know if these stories are true.
Yeah.
Do not quote me on this, although I'm on tape right now. I'm on videotape. Okay, well, so now you know why they're named Winters, and then also that we have the genealogy library, and we have a variety of photos, and Jeff he's a volunteer, but he also will research your family. He's amazing, his knowledge is incredible. He researched my family back to 1200 Scotland. So it's just, come on down and meet Jeff sometime. He loves to talk. Now I'm going to bring over a couple things that this is my show and tell. I didn't know whether to do show and tell or a PowerPoint, so I said I'll go with show and tell. So anyway, we have these at I'm gonna put these over here, at the Winters Heritage House. And I'm sure you all know what these are, right? Do you recognize? I'm not gonna take it out. Newspapers. So this is from the 1870s. So I brought 3 of those, and the Elizabethtown Chronicle. So we have boxes and boxes of Elizabethtown Chronicle that we can go way back, and not everything is digitized. And so if you come in, you would have to wear white gloves to take these out. Okay, you guys probably know what this is, right? Okay, do you know what this is? That's right, it's an animal hide scraper. And this is, so we have more pelts at the museum, and we do have some people come through and say, ew, you know, but they are on display. And anybody know what part of the body this bone might be from? These are two pieces of bone.
Pelvis.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right, the pelvis. Yep, and they use that to scrape the connective tissue off. And so I found that interesting. My older son is a history teacher in New Jersey, and when he came to visit, that's the first thing he asked me. He's like, what is that? And so I said, you know what, I'm gonna bring that here today. And so this is my third show and tell. Any idea what this might be?
Toaster.
How did you know? It's a toaster. Yep. You put your bread in there, and that's a toaster. Very good. That's excellent. Okay. So we have a lot of other antiques, would you say, or things that from the 1700s that we put on display. We also have exhibits. And so now what I want you to do is take your third picture, well, the second picture in the folder, okay? And I'm gonna come around with this basket, and you're just gonna rip it in half, but you're gonna tell us what you think that picture is, and if you wanna say pass, I'll tell you what it is. Okay, do you know what's happening in that picture?
Yeah. Try to cut.
Yes.
Well, this little baby is being fed by the bottle.
Right, so there's a baby lamb being fed by a bottle, and that was our former director, Nancy Landis. So we have programs where, about animals. Okay, rip it in half, throw it in here. Okay. And throw it in there. Okay, and your picture?
I think it has something to do with either kitchens or chocolate making or something like that.
Yes, so this is part of our hearth kitchen. So we have a hearth kitchen and we have hearth workshops. We've had homeschool groups in where we've cooked chicken, and it's the most delicious chicken. And I go home and I tell my husband about these wonderful chickens I make in the hearth oven, and he's like, where is it? Bring some home. I was like, sorry, I ate it all. No, rip it in half. So hearth programs we have. And yep.
The Noggin Shop.
Okay. So the Noggin Shop, I thought, oh, how cute is that, Noggin? What a cute name for a gift shop. Well, Noggin, it turns out, is the type of construction. And do you guys know? So it has to do with the brick and the wood, because they didn't feel the brick was strong enough to support the building. So that's that type of construction, the brick with the wood, is called Noggin. And that's why we're called the Noggin Shop. And a lot of people come in and say, oh, you're Noggin? No, it has to do with the construction of the building. So we have a gift shop.
Rip it in half.
Yep, rip it in half and put it in there. And your picture?
Looks like a couple of people doing crafts.
Yes, soap felting. So we have soap felting classes. We just had a class with 8 children, and they did soap felting workshop. Pass it, okay, in your picture?
Looks like it's a class on cooking in the fireplace, like a stew or a soup.
Yes, and I don't know if we can, this is such a pretty picture, I hate to rip it in half, but that's our hearth kitchen. And come on in sometime when we have the hearth going. It's just so cozy and comfortable. So yeah, we have hearth workshops for adults as well. And then your picture?
It looks like Cub Scouts doing crafts of some sort.
Yes, this is a homeschool group. And so we have homeschool groups. We've had like 4 homeschool groups come in the past year, and they just love it. We have different activities for them. And they did hearth cooking, and the kids loved it, as well as they did other activities. Thank you. Okay, and then your picture? Oh, do you have any idea what that is?
Well, it's more food, but I.
Actually, it's bones.
Bones?
That
looks like a pickle.
I know. Okay, with, national parks have traveling trunks. So this summer, I have gotten like 5 national parks to send their traveling trunks. This is from Tennessee, the first Tennesseans. But the first Tennesseans go way back to the dinosaur age. And so they sent their artifacts and their little fossils that they found, and the kids could come in and dig and see what they could find. So we have traveling trunks on exhibit. Right now in the, actually throw it in. It'll be okay, I'll mix it up. Right now we have the Frontier Classroom from Missouri, a great archway,
Gateway Arch.
Thank you, Gateway Arch National Park, and it's their Frontier Classroom, and it's really neat, the things that they sent. Do you know what that is?
No idea.
Okay, so this is a group of children, because we do a 3rd grade walking tour, and they're over by the Donegal to Donegal mural. And we do a 3rd grade walking tour where the 3rd grade goes to the Historical Society, they go to different murals, they go to the Christ Lutheran Church, and then they come to the Winters Heritage House, and they learn all about the past and how the log cabins started and colonial life for the early settlers. You could rip that in half.
What do we turn this?
Oh, you'll see.
Okay.
You'll see. Thank you. Okay. And Bob? Oh, you got a good one.
German log house. This shows how they put the logs up and filled it with plaster. And this is a typical building where we have our food meetings.
Yes, and Bob was in on this, right? In on the renovation. It's funny, he got that picture in his folder. So this is the renovation of the log cabins. Did you want to rip it in half? I'm sorry I didn't give you the opportunity. Did you want to rip in half?
Either way.
Oh, yeah, okay. And your picture?
I'm not sure. Got a recipe books or something?
Mm-hmm, yeah. So this is to show that we have kids programs, and they made lambs with the real fleece. They hot glued it together, and then they made those pots. So just to show you, we have different craft programs for kids. But we also try to instill the past customs and all the way they lived back then, and we try to let the kids relive that. That's more modern, but, and your picture? Oh,
I don't know, but this is over a fireplace, and there's the cutouts, what do you call that? Where you have all those people in the paper cutouts. Anybody?
I can't think of the name either, where you cut, well, if you're thinking of Sharon Right.
The photograph was taken high up because the shadows are lower than the photo, the subject of the
You're
photo.
right, you're right. Good
Whatever
notice.
that means, I have no idea.
That's a good notice, and you could,
They-
rip
they-
it in half?
The stories around the fireplace.
Right.
3.5 years.
And then also, this one I took, it is the hearth, but also that we have the squirrel tail, oven, as opposed to a beehive. And it has to do with the construction. We can't really see it in there, but if you come on by, I'll take you out back and we can see it.
This is the Conestoga wagon.
Okay, so this was to illustrate that we do lessons at Bear Creek School. They have a colonial day. So we took the Conestoga wagon to Bear Creek School, and they made a model of the Conestoga wagon. So we do programs at Bear Creek School and teach them about colonial life.
Small,
This one is on display in another museum. I have a little replica, yeah. And did you know where the Conestoga wagon originated? Lancaster, yeah, Lancaster. How about, yeah, Anybody else having a picture? Okay, well, it's not, I'm not that magical, but I am gonna just mix it up and see what we get after you've mixed it all in there. And what we get with all those things, we get, then that makes up the Winters Heritage House and Cyber Genealogy Library. That's magic. My father used to tease my son like that. You go like this, whoop, where'd the dime go? Threw it in the back.
I have
Yes.
a question. Was the name Kay Dimer, was he part of that group?
Would you know?
Kay Dimer.
Yeah, I'm not
I wonder if she
familiar.
was part of the historical society. That
She-
could be that.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
She happened to be president of our class in 1957.
Oh,
Yeah.
how about that? And I had to research. I love researching everything about the Winters Heritage House Museum. How much time do I have? Is that it?
Well, no, you could go another 10 minutes if you want.
Oh, okay, because I have, one more thing I wanna do here. And now I know this is mighty small, but these are newspaper articles. Now, we have these newspapers at the museum. But I did get these off of the Ancestry.com. It was just faster for me. But we do have these newspapers that you can see at the museum. Got it? Okay. So I know some things are gonna be mighty small. I tried to make it big enough, but this is a game where you can get a prize, okay? From the Winters Heritage. Okay, so I have to get mine. Here we have your prizes, and I'll bring it over to you. I'm gonna give you a word, and if you can find it on your newspaper page, the first person to raise their hand gets a prize, okay? So the first, that's the wrong folder, sorry.
First word is
The first word is coal. Oh, you were first. Come on up. And you have to read what's on your paper.
That I can't do.
Oh, all right, show me where it says coal. Very good, nice and big. And you could just take that back and pick, okay? All right, the second is any advertisement. Anybody want to tell, you were, okay, read it. What advertisement do you have?
It's from W.H. Deschamps. Suits made to measure $25 and up.
$25. Yeah, you could give her and pick a prize. Okay, the next word, Buick. Okay. And
This is, advertisement for Buick, 3 wonderful new comfort factors not combined in any other automobile, all playing their part in the tremendous countrywide demand for the new Buick.
I like Buicks, as a matter of fact, I don't know. One of my favorite cars was a Buick. Okay, can anybody find shoes? Shoes on your newspaper. Shoes. Shoes. Right, the word, okay, and what shoes?
So it's the Wilbur Coon shoes, and the big question at the top is, have you a conspicuous or sensitive bunion?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yes, we all do, don't we?
And read the date on that, can you see?
Oh,
the date?
yeah. Oh, it got cut off, but it's November 1920 something.
Right, it is on the newspaper article, like, how did?
Oh, yeah, you're right,
It's a little-
1928.
1928, so they onions back then. They're still plaguing us. Anyway, can anybody, turkey? Anybody?
It's right here.
Turkey, okay.
Mine just says private sale on and after December 17th. We'll have several hundred Virginia turkeys for sale at my residence near Deodate, Paul Taylor.
Oh, wow. What year was that paper from?
Well, it says 2023 in the bottom.
Oh, that's the date I.
No,
that's
it was
when I-
December 14th, 1928.
Oh, 1920. Okay, they sold turkeys out of their house. Okay, Gephardt's, does anybody see Gephardt's on there? Oh, did you have turkey? Bob?
I want to tell you, Paul Taylor was my Sunday school superintendent.
Oh, really? That's good. I love to hear all your stories. That's the great thing. Winter's Heritage just holds so many stories. Women's stories. Okay, I'll start crying. I told you my passion is history. And learning about this history is just, it's a gift every single day. All right, anybody have Gephardt?
I do, but I remember her.
Okay.
Can it be a double winner?
Sure.
It's Christmas suggestions, useful and practical items suitable for Christmas gifts for every member of the family.
Do you guys remember Gephardt's?
Yes.
Yes.
We have
Yes.
paintings and diamonds
20,
Really?
upstairs.
Oh, wow.
26 West High Street.
Anything you can imagine.
Oh, wow.
Ice cream cone for nickel this big.
Oh, my God.
Don't try to steal anything because she was,
His sister.
she didn't trust kid boys, especially coming in. Gephardt's.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's neat. Oh, that's great. Radio, anybody? Radio. on
Oh,
your
radio.
paper. Radio.
Yep, we got radio. Startling achievement.
Oh, very good.
A
Okay.
Spartan Equizine, whatever that is.
Is that the one that has oh yeah, I love that one. I love that advertisement. Yeah, we're down to not many prizes.
Oh, I
Won a spinning top, but they are fun to spin. Anyway, we'll do a few more. Okay, watches. Did anybody get the paper? Maybe we didn't have, there was one big advertisement with watches. Okay, nobody. How about toys? Toys? The word or toy? No? All right, we'll go on. How about molasses? No? How about groceries? No? How about something for mother?
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Marietta, Elizabethtown Gas Company, they're advertising a stove.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
And those
And a hot
stoves.
water heater.
Okay, how, and, Moose Theater. I don't know if anybody got a paper. So, okay. All right, does anybody want a prize who didn't get a prize? Just raise your hand. Yeah, but go ahead. This, over here, sure. But anyway, when you ask me, do I have a picture?
Oh, back there he is.
So do you want that? I did write in there, but you can have that. I didn't want to give it away. But anyway, I just did this to show you what we have, what we do down at Winters. We have quilters groups, we have
Anybody else?
spinning, we have spinners, we have textile groups. Thank you so much for giving those out. We have programs, we have speakers come in, we do things over at the Coble House, we have exhibits. Come on in. Now, I did give everybody a 10% off coupon in their folder for the gift shop, the Noggin Shop. So come on in, or if you want 2 pieces of Mars American Heritage chocolate, and that chocolate is just made for museums. It's not sold to anybody else, just museums, so that chocolate is especially good. And then, I put a newsletter in there to let you know a little bit more about, what we do at Winners Heritage. So I wanna thank you very much for having me, and we welcome everybody to come in, sit down. We have a garden out back, we have, fun things to do. So call us up, come on down. Thank you.